Geography and cultural facts to learn if you're bored. Welcome to another exciting video. Today, Earth Basics is here to strike off your boredom with some mind-blowing facts that'll make you see the planet and world in a whole new light. Our Earth is like a big, quirky jigsaw puzzle. But instead of missing pieces, you've got countries that keep morphing in size. It's a wild mix of physical, social, and environmental facts, and it's all about connecting the dots on our big blue planet. By comparing all the wacky data we collect, we not only get insights into the diversity of cultures, who knew there were so many ways to cook rice, but we also get to witness countries shrinking or expanding like elastic superpowers. So, stick around, because in this ever-changing, wonderfully weird world of geography and culture, we'll uncover stories that'll make you say, I had no idea our planet was this cool. Let's move ahead and start off with some fascinating geography facts that no one told you earlier. Number 1, the Pacific Ocean is shrinking. Wait, what? Yeah, as the continents of North America and South America continue to shift westward, the Pacific Ocean is shrinking. Each year, Asia and North America draw closer, causing the Pacific to contract by approximately 2 to 3 centimeters. This geological process isn't readily apparent, yet it plays a role in the ongoing development of Earth's land and seascape. Number 2, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is the hottest place. The Danakil Depression in Ethiopia is nature's pressure cooker, known for its scorching temperatures and otherworldly landscapes. It's one of the hottest and most inhospitable places on Earth, with shimmering salt flats, active volcanoes, and acidic hot springs that paint a surreal picture of our planet's extremes. Number 3, Sudan has more ancient pyramids than Egypt. The pyramids are a treasure trove of intriguing facts. Despite the fact that the pyramids at Giza are among the oldest in the world, it comes as something of a shock to learn that Sudan actually has more ancient pyramids than Egypt does. Nearly twice as many pyramids as are found in Egypt can be discovered in Sudan, at a range of 200 to 255. What's even more fascinating is that the Sudanese pyramids weren't constructed by the ancient Egyptians, but rather by a distinct civilization. This hints at a possible migration of Egyptian culture southward, leaving behind these enigmatic structures. Number 4, Lake Baikal in Siberia is the world's deepest freshwater lake. Lake Baikal in Siberia is Earth's deep blue treasure. It's the world's deepest freshwater lake, plunging nearly a mile below the surface. Its crystal clear waters harbor unique life forms, and the surrounding Siberian wilderness is a testament to the mesmerizing beauty of remote and pristine landscapes. Number 5, Mount Erebus in Antarctica is the southernmost volcano on Earth and has a persistent lava lake. Mount Erebus stands out like a sore thumb in the white landscape of Antarctica. It defies the polar emptiness by being the world's most southern volcano. Unlike the rest of the Antarctic, this one has a lava lake that has been there for quite some time. Even at the most extreme and remote corners of our world, the Earth's enduring geothermal force is on display in the form of this molten heart within the volcano's icy exterior, which acts like a blazing pulse. Number 7, Russia and China touch 14 countries each. On the map, Russia might appear colossal enough to gobble up China whole. Yet it's an interesting twist that both these giants share their borders with a whopping 14 countries each. Russia's expansive embrace encompasses Azerbaijan, Belarus, China, Estonia, Finland, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Latvia, Lithuania, Mongolia, North Korea, Norway, Poland, and Ukraine, including the distant Kaliningrad. Contrarily, China has ties to a wide variety of countries: Afghanistan, Bhutan, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Myanmar, Mongolia, Nepal, North Korea, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Vietnam. Number 8, the door to hell in Turkmenistan is a natural gas crater. An ominous sight. The door to hell in Turkmenistan is a terrifying sight. Now that's scary. For decades, this natural gas crater has been burning, bathing the Karakum Desert in an eerie light. In the 1970s, it was set on fire to rid the area of excess gas. Nevertheless, the fire has not been extinguished and continues to burn today. Number 9, Papua New Guinea has 840 languages. Australia is home to an impressive array of rock types, but when it comes to language variety, Papua New Guinea takes the cake. A remarkable 840 spoken languages are a monument to the richness of this country's cultural heritage. Indonesia maintains second place with 711 living languages, and Nigeria claims third with a sizable 520 languages. These linguistic tapestries are reflective of the rich variety of national cultures and customs. Number 10, the most remote place on Earth is Point Nemo. Picture yourself in the middle of nowhere, and I mean nowhere. We're talking about Point Nemo, the Earth's ultimate hide-and-seek champion. It's so remote that your only potential buddies are astronauts zipping around on the International Space Station, about 258 miles or 415.211 kilometers above you. They'll wave at you as they pass by, making Point Nemo a lonely, quirky, and extraordinary spot where you're essentially hanging out with some astronauts from Earth's farthest reaches. How's that for remote? Number 11, Australia has the largest rock on the planet. Don't let the name fool you. Mount Augustus isn't your typical mountain. It's a colossal rock. The 2,300-foot monolith can be seen from nearly 100 miles out in the Australian outback, where it stands out like a sore thumb. The clincher is that it's nearly twice as big as Ayers Rock, another famous granite formation. The fact that this rock is 1,650 million years old is even more incredible. That's a solid legacy for sure. Number 12, Russia's Trans-Siberian Railway crosses 3,901 bridges. If you're up for it, a trip across Russia by rail is the adventure of a lifetime. You'll need at least 7 days of uninterrupted time to drive from one end to the other without refueling. As you bump along, you'll go across all 11 of Russia's time zones, gaining first-hand exposure to the country's dynamic cultural landscape. And let's not even talk about the scenery. The Volga, the largest river in Russia, is just one of the 16 rivers traversed by this epic train ride. However, the real kicker is, get ready to have a ride with 3,901 bridges spread out over 62 miles of track. It's not simply a trip, it's a 7-day epic on the grand scale of Russia. Number 13, fly over the Great Barrier Reef and you'll see a heart. The Great Barrier Reef, stretching a remarkable 1,429 miles along Australia's coastline, holds a hidden gem that's pretty hard to miss from the skies, a heart-shaped reef. This delightful heart, measuring a mere 55 feet in diameter, is nestled within Hardy Reef in Whitsundays. It was first discovered in 1975 by an eagle-eyed pilot. While it's a visual treat from above, you won't find it on a typical boat tour, as this delicate heart is lovingly protected in the reef sanctuary. Number 14, Japan's Aomori has an annual snowfall of more than 312 inches. Japan, straddled on its island perch, is no stranger to wild weather antics. For example, between November and April, Aomori City receives an average of 312 inches of snow per year. Now here's the interesting part. Aomori's sub-zero temperatures spark a weather battle. The cloud-generating machine gets revved up when the winds collide, but instead of rain, heavy snow falls. These fascinating facts about Aomori's weather are what draws sightseers there to learn more about the region's extraordinary climate. Number 15, North Carolina has a piece of land that belongs to England. Ocracoke, a little hamlet on the outer banks of North Carolina, is home to a special piece of land with an unbreakable connection to England. A cemetery and memorial is not a standard piece of property. It's a site of profound reverence and remembering. The HMT Bedfordshire, a ship of the Royal Navy of Great Britain, is commemorated here for its heroic service in World War II. The ship was sunk by a torpedo from a German U-boat, taking the lives of all 37 crew members on board. 4 brave souls made it to land while the rest were lost at sea. Land was leased to the British in perpetuity so that they may be buried on American territory, creating a touching memorial across the ocean. I'm sure these mind-blowing facts killed your boredom. Now, let's move on to the cultural facts. Here's number 1. Number 1, Midsummer Eve in Sweden. The Swedish summer festival, known simply as Midsummer, has achieved legendary status. Midsummer Eve, which is always a huge affair, falls between June 19th and June 25th. The fact that it's the longest day of the year is already rather miraculous. For ancient Swedes, Midsummer serves as a magical fertility booster to begin the growing season on their farms. So what makes a midsummer party truly unforgettable? Put flowers in your hair, dance wildly around a pole while singing at the top of your lungs, and wash it all down with flavored schnapps to have no added sugar. The Swedes have nailed this recipe for a summertime blast. Number 2, baby names must be chosen from the official register in Iceland. In Iceland, naming your little bundle of joy is like a structured adventure. See, they've got a list, an official list of approved names, and you've got to stick to it. Want something unique? Well, you've got to chat with the naming committee first and ask for their blessing. They're like the guardians of Icelandic monikers. Oh, and there's another twist. The names must play nice with the Icelandic language, so no superheroes from other galaxies here. It's all part of Iceland's name game. Number 3, in Egypt, you cannot ask for salt between the meals. When dining in Egypt, remember to mind your etiquette. In this culture, requesting salt in the middle of a meal is akin to declaring, "Hey, this dish needs help." The host isn't the only one who might wince at it, the food might as well. So keep in mind that the next time you dine in Egypt, the salt shaker will be on vacation. Number 4. Taj Mahal in India. The Taj Mahal in India is more than a beautiful building, it's also a moving love story beautifully rendered in white marble. This beautiful structure will always be a reminder of the love that Shah Jahan had for his bride, Mumtaz Mahal. Its timeless elegance and ornate details have made it a symbol of everlasting love throughout the ages. Number 5. People in Iceland have no surnames. The naming customs of Iceland are as one-of-a-kind as precious stones. Icelanders typically use patronymic or matronymic names instead of traditional surnames. Therefore, a child's surname is derived either from their father, Johnson, or more recently their mother, Anatoda or Anderson, for example. Surnames are unusual and usually of non-American origin. It's the Icelandic manner of showing appreciation for one's relatives. Number 6. British humor. British humor is a delightful cocktail of wit and satire served with a side of absurdity. It's a world where sarcasm, friendly banter, clever insults, self-deprecation, and wordplay reign supreme. The Brits don't shy away from taboo topics or poking fun at their own social class structure. What's more, in this humor playground, it's often a head-scratcher to tell when someone's serious or jesting. Nothing is off limits, from politicians to even the royal family, making their comedy uniquely cheeky and utterly entertaining. Number 7. Chinese tradition, Minga. The Chiloé archipelago of Chile is the site of an intriguing cultural practice known as the Minga. It's not the usual moving day when a family in this close-knit neighborhood decides to uproot and move. Instead, the community pulls together to practically lift the home off its wooden legs. They either tie the home to a boat and float it gently to another island, or they utilize a team of strong oxen to drive it there. It's inspiring to see the islanders rally together like this, and it shows what an inventive bunch they are. Number 8. Greeks wave. Waving is considered something of an art form in Greece. A closed palm is a sign of friendliness in Greek greetings and signals. But watch out for the famous Greek slur, moutsa or mutsa. It's all about putting your palm out and fingers out in front of you. In other words, it's a universal sign that says, "You're not my favorite person right now." So watch your hands and fingers when in Greece. Number 9. Finland is the happiest country. Finland is on cloud 9 as the reigning champion of happiness. According to the 2022 World Happiness Report, it proudly holds the title of the world's happiest country, a distinction it's held for 5 consecutive years since 2018. What's even more heartwarming is that the Nordic neighbors like to keep each other company in the top 8 spots, making it a region where happiness truly thrives. Number 10. Cuba has the most classic American cars. Cuba is like a living museum of automobiles. A large number of vintage Chevrolets, Fords, Pontiacs, Buicks, Dodges, and Plymouths can be seen driving around town. What's even more fascinating is how the Cubans have had to get inventive in order to keep these classic cars on the road, despite frequent breakdowns and difficult terrain. Some of the vehicles have been given a new coat of paint and shining chrome, while others look like they were cobbled together from scraps. So, my friends, these were some of the interesting cultural and geographical facts you surely enjoyed. In the comments section, let us know what you already knew and what surprised you the most. Also, subscribe to be part of the first 20,000 on this channel. It'll be hard, but let's try and get it before the end of the year. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you in the next of Earth Basics.